Well, hello there everyone, and a warm welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily Jane. Today we are here at Manchester, Victoria, on the new Huddersfield line route by Dovetail Games. Today we are going to be doing a first look video, so I'm going to open my doors here at Manvic, and we are going to get on our way to Leeds. Ooh, doing horns are we today? Yeah, we are. That's a bit of coding there. I'll knock the desktop audio down. I've not recorded Train Sim for a while. So this is, it's that pace is what I'm hearing. So yes, or those paces is what I'm hearing. So let's drift away a little. Ooh, a bit better. So you can see this train's on its way to Hull. You can see we are driving 1 Echo 49, the 723 Manchester Piccadilly to Hull service, calling at Manchester, Victoria, Staley Bridge, Huddersfield, Dewsbury and Leeds. So this is one of the career scenarios that comes with the route. I'm literally playing it fully unmodified, fully just let's go, let's crack on, get it done. And I thought we'd see what it actually looks like. So yeah, pretty cool indeed. What we're going to do is wait for the doors to finish closing, and then it'll be right away driver, and be winging our way across the Pennines. I guess what we can do is spot the old cab prep. So it looks like this is the AP158. This is the 158 that came with the route. No, he didn't. We'll cover that when we move away. I think you'll find it quite funny. I did. Yeah. So when I say this 158 came, no, he didn't come with the route. The reason I say that, BTG did an oopsie doodle. So what do I mean by that? They did a big oops. So, when this route released, it didn't initially release with the Class 47 or Class... Oh, crumbs. Or the Class 47 or Class 1... so yeah, Class 47 or Class 158, sorry. It's that noise in my ear that's just... Hang on, if I just do that... Yes, it didn't come with the Class 47 or 158. Yikes. And Dovetail quickly went, we know, we're sorry, we're working on it. And released, obviously, well, I believe Valve may be the ones responsible because they fixed it and it was released within a couple of hours. But, how can I say this other than this really isn't acceptable? Hold on, 142. So, yeah, like, this really isn't acceptable. There we go. Now that we've left... Oh, that's nice. That's nice audio now. So now that we've left the station, I can actually turn my headset back on. But, yeah. Dear. You know, that is just... Unfortunately, you know, I know mistakes will happen, and I get that. But we've had quite a few of those lately. I've noticed, since recording my first look video, that the RHTT has an issue with its setup, where it defaults the leading cabs of both locos to have the headlights on, even if that. But I think that is actually a Southeastern High Speed bug, not so much an RHTT bug. I think it's just the first time I actually drove the Class 66. Now, yeah, come on, lads, is what I'm going to say to that. So yeah, like I say, I'm going to focus on the nice stuff. So one of the real strong points of this route is its vaguely modern image. So, whilst obviously, you know, you look at any route, there's always tweaks and upgrades. All the major points are there for this route to be current day, and that's really good. So, I am probably going to work on some scenarios for this route. You know, get your 185s running over it, your 68s with Mark 5s, your 802s, because we've got a really good fill on Transpennine at the moment. You know, we've got everything you need for good Transpennine modelling. So I'm drinking some dummy ramen noodles whilst I am recording this video with you today. So it's a quarter of a mile to go, so I'll just hold pace if I can. And just go idle. So yeah, this bank, I can't remember the name of it, but it is legendarily steep. I've actually seen like substitution mods in Train Sim Classic, so in Train Sim World, have trains stall on that hill. Because obviously this is the same route, and I would suggest same track layout. Oh crap! Same track layout as NTP, North Trans-Pennine. Obviously there have been mods because there's a station here in NTP. That's obviously been removed. That's good. But I think this is, you know, a heavily modified version of NTP, basically. Let's actually have a look up to the depot, because I know they had implemented the carriage sidings up here. I'm not sure if... is it Red Hill or something like that? Okay, so the secondary route up here is in, which is good. And it's fully electrified too. That's quite cool. Is this Manchester Tram now? That's Tramlink, isn't it? Yeah. But you've got the depot here. Unfortunately not sceneried. Oh no, it is sceneried. Cool. So yeah, pretty, I mean, see, Tramlink doesn't interconnect. You get a single track going off up there. And some carriage sidings, which is nice. And you obviously your depots. No interior detail, but that's fine. I think, like I say, this will be a conversion of the TSW model with some tweaks. And then you've got your buffer stops over here. No refueling point either, which I know, I believe is there in TSW. But that doesn't really matter. Power on. Just rag it. We're going straight up to 70 really, so yeah. Let's see how this goes. So like I say, we're gonna drive this in full today. Actually, I may only drive towards Huddersfield tonight because I'm getting rather tired. But we'll see how we do. I mean, you can get a first impression from, you know, driving half the route. I've seen the lead side as well because I played with it a little bit earlier today when we didn't have the stuff, and it is literally its modern leads. Which, like I say, I'm broadly supportive of that. I'm broadly supportive. I am. And it, you know, it means we've definitely, you know, now what I will be doing as a future sort of serial, and I'm probably going to do a month of it, is doing a full Trans-Pennine run from Newcastle, from Heaton Depot to Liverpool Lime Street. Unfortunately, that obviously Trans-Pennine don't use a depot in Liverpool, or I would send it off to the depot for servicing. But like I say, that's going to be one of my videos coming very soon. Ooh, that's really nice actually. So yeah, the dummy ramen has just sort of been left to stew for a bit almost, for lack of a better term, and it's so good. I'm going to tackle the elephant in the room. You know, I never... When I look at a dovetail train, I look at the train. When I look at the route, I look at the route. This Class 158 seems like the AP 158. I don't see any differences. If you get them side by side, I think the banana peel isn't here anymore. RIP banana peel. But apart from that, you've got stuff like your toggle light down there. You know, the rest of it looks pretty much like the AP cab. Yeah. Again, I might be wrong on that front, but I don't think I am. Oh well. I didn't actually see any of the workers, so I couldn't give them horns. I'm just trying to see what I can do to keep that speed sort of close to 75. So I'm going to be alternating between step 5 and 6 of power. So yeah, first stop here, like I say, Staley Bridge. Somehow we're already running late. Not sure how that is, but hey. I think I might have been a bit late on the getting ready, which is fair enough. But yeah, we'll drop it in. Like I say, we'll do Staley Bridge in Huddersfield today, because that's the sort of the difficult parts of it, in my opinion. You know, because it's the wild. You know, once you pass Staley Bridge, you're pretty much at the countryside. And once you pass Huddersfield, you're pretty much into sort of the beginnings of Leeds. Well, Dewsbury, but you know. So, yeah, like I say, as far as scenic detail goes, I honestly think I prefer just trains routes, because they've obviously recently done the Hope Valley, haven't they? So that'll be another video I'm doing soon, actually, where I'll go all the way from, do sort of the full diagram of driving from Nottingham right the way over to Manchester. Oh, over to Leeds, sorry, Leeds, Liverpool. There we go. And probably another series, because that'll be 1, 2, that'll be 3 parts. So that'll be a slightly shorter series. The Transpennine one's going to be 5 parts, at least. Yeah, 5. So yeah, this area is really different, actually. Looking at it, I think this will be remodeled Staley Bridge. So I actually know the guy who was involved in doing this. Guy called Abby. Actually, yeah, he probably would have driven this route, in fairness, in his days as a driver. Probably on a 158. Everyone knows Abby. If you're railway, you know Abby Khalifa. Well, actually, if you're first group, you probably do. First group in the north, I'll say that much. And of a certain vintage. So I guess I'm narrowing the... Yeah, you either know Abby Khalifa or you don't know Abby Khalifa. That's probably a better answer to give that. Oh no, the banana peel is there. I missed it. I was going to say, is that a Environment Russell? Is that a copyright brand there? Have DTG done a copyright oopsie doodle? These are the questions I ask. These are the questions I ask. I'm going to go step 3 because I'm coming a bit hot here. I'm trying to like do this on a decent point score. So this area is definitely very different to what it looked like in the days of North Transpenn. So this is definitely, a couple of years later for sure. And then Staley Bridge again, a bit different. Doesn't have the avoiders. So I guess no trains avoid Staley Bridge, I don't think. It's one of those big stations everyone stops at. There are very few stations like that in the UK, actually. I'm not going to go this because I'm late, but we'll just stop at the end. Oh, there's the SCAR marker anyway. Transport for Greater Manchester. This definitely feels more modern than this. Parts of this do feel sort of very much sort of like, yeah, this feels very sort of early noughties, not so much mid-90s. That's just me. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Yeah, this is the AP158. So you heard that rev, and then the rev settle, and then the power goes in. That's the gearbox filling. Green's ours, red is not ours. Red's got a calling on signal, which concerns me. Like I say, that's the kind of stuff I notice, and I'd hope beta testers do too. Because that calling on signal would say, I believe, there's a train in the next signal section, but you're clear to proceed effectively. So you can proceed to the next signal section, but there is a train, so you're coupling up to something in there. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good Friday. Mine's been pretty decent. Well, I hope it has. So, So, yesterday's Thursday, which is tomorrow for me, which is when I had my interview for the social team at my place of work. So it's a pay rise, it's basically better paying conditions is effectively the reason I'm going for it. So hopefully I did well there. And then today's my day off, so I'm just going to be chilling at home, getting some housework knocked out. Thinking about it. That's probably why I'm so bad at housework. I don't actually do it, I just punch it in the face. That's the issue there, isn't it? There we go. That's why I do these videos, guys. Hello. You know, we figure out issues together, and we help me have a better life. If you made it this far, congratulations. Yeah, that's my that's what I'm back at work tomorrow. So, because the way my weekend works out, obviously I'm not at work on Thursday because I'm at an interview in a different city. So I have to basically get on a train down there, you know, quite early in the morning and then quite late at night. And I sort of said, look, I would literally, you know, I'm due there for 12 o'clock. I'm due to start work at 8. So I'd be at work for an hour in the morning and then 45 minutes when I get back. Can I just have it as annual leave? And then I won't come in. And, you know, because at the end of the day, in an hour and 45 minutes, you don't get that much done. Yeah, I'm not going to make a profit. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to make more a profit based off the amount of money I expend on my travel to get there. I believe this is Slaithwaite coming up, actually. Keeping an eye. No, it mustn't be because I didn't see any Orange Army members. I have a theory. From this sound, someone makes drinking it, like from a can. So you have to have a constant. And you know, in this case, like I said, it will be the can. Can you tell what someone's drinking? Because to me, it sounded like I had a sip of every drink there, and to me, that drink sounds very different to when I drink energy drinks. And that sounds a bit different to when I drink pop. I think it's the bubble consistency that does it. But yeah. Yeah, so I was wondering how they were going to model this area. I'm just going to pause and then we'll talk a little bit before we go back to the cab. So they do have MSL coaches, which is good, with your 158s. That makes me pleased. Overall, though, actually, I travelled through this area. Well, not this area exactly. I travelled from Leeds to Rochdale, which, you know, is basically the next line south of here. And I'll be honest, you know, it was pretty much like this. Okay, you know, real life scenery is a bit better than train sim, and no one drives like this. I'll wait for this driver, then I'll demonstrate. No one drives like this. Well, actually, I know a driver that does, but everyone jokes about it, so I don't think he must. He basically doesn't. Everyone jokes about it, so he probably doesn't drive like that. He's a good lad. But you know, yeah, yeah. Like I say, I'm really pleased with it overall. I think it's a really good. Ow! Sorry, I'm just tearing my hair out here. I think it is a really good little DLC. Now, for what you get, what's your bang for your buck? You've got. Hang on, I'm going to check my notes here. The Huddersfield line. What you get is you've got Class 158 in Reggie Rail, which is literally, yeah, it is literally the AP enhanced version. It's confirmed in the notes there. The Pacer in Provincial and Regional Rail. Class 47.8, this is the new and sexy one. Keep me eye for orange arrow. I can't remember what Staithwaite is on this route. Which is obviously the nice one, the one that was part of the Virgin Pack, and then wasn't, and that's in large logo, Intercity, Regional Rail, and Parcels Liveries. Class 3 Shunter in BR Blue, Class 8 from Woodhead, that's in BR Blue, Mark 28 Coach in Transpennine and Regional Rail Liveries. Apparently that's the TSW version, I don't believe it is. Mark 1 BG Coach, apparently converted from TSW, I don't believe it is. Mark 1 Gov Coach, which is like a postal coach, that is from... Uh-oh. Why didn't you tell me, guys? So that is obviously from the... So the 3 and the Mark 1 Gov are from the BR Blue packs. The TEA tanker from Train Sim World, which is cool. 7 Korea and 3 Railfan scenarios. I'm not going to lie, boys, I don't think you ship the Railfan scenarios because I can't find them. And it's quick draft compatible with a 722 megabyte download size. Oh yeah, and you get a 43 mile route. That's for £25. Arguably, I have most of that stuff already in terms of the trains. If you don't, then that's a win for you, right? Like, overall, that is a net, you know, you're making profit there, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Like, but to be honest, this route, I think, has a lot of potential. I don't think the 90s is the best time for it. I understand why they did the 90s. The reason that they did the 90s is that no one has actually like managed to get first Transpennine to give it, your first group to give a Transpennine license. And I mean, arguably you could go for that weird little intersectional error of Transpennine Express, like first Transpennine Express on 158s, and East Coast, which I think may have existed, I'm not entirely sure. While I'm being checked out with 15 here. Is this an ESR? I think it must be an ESR. Why is it not signposted? So no, that 15 was a lie. I just got checked down for no apparent reason there. There's holes in the world. This is the kind of stuff. So I'll be honest and say, lately it feels like a lot of Dovetail content is rushed. Now, it's not actually towards the end of their content year, like their financial year, so I'm not sure why, but it feels rushed. And you can tell. Because it's lacking that bit of polish, and I know it's a lot of tiny stuff, but if I notice tiny things on a first pass, I'll notice even more things on a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth pass. Now, as a dev, it would be my duty to flag that, you know, to the relevant person to get that fixed. So, you know, as an example, when I worked at Dovetail and, you know, I spec'd the refueling gantries for Oakville Sub, 2 things I flagged, which were literally tiny items of polish but make a difference in my opinion. Number 1, the actual fueling hose, so the thing that you attach to the top of the tanker, that had basically just a flat, featureless underside to it. It literally looked like a fridge magnet, just an oversized fridge magnet. And I sort of asked the question of, well, you've got 2 hoses going in, how's it going in? You know, and literally I'm the reason there's 2 little cylinders attached to the bottom of that, for both fuel evacuation and for fuel pumping. And also, I think initially in the tankers that you didn't actually get any fuel in them. So, you know, they'd all be empty. I said, well, can we please have some fuel in there so it looks like it's filling up? You know, so if I take the nozzle off, it'll actually fill. I'm not 100% on the last one, but that, you know, the first one is an example of, like I say, you know, giving feedback. You've designed it really well. It looks like the model I found, but think we're coming from thumbnail here, by the way. Green aspect. Not sure I've got the. Oh, it'll be for the Morpeth. 45 in. There's a 47. We're not going to get a chance to see it. Not even sure what it's pulling because we couldn't see it because AP headlights don't work. And we are running sort of vaguely to time. We're 15 seconds behind time. So no matter what, we would have seen that in a tunnel. Again, poor decision in my opinion on content. But you know, there's just little things like that which, with these scenarios where you're not saying, hey, it's 1000% realistic, come watch, because you're not with these. Yeah. Crap, I left that far too late. If we don't come off, I'll be impressed. This is a testament to Brill Engineering. Here's my thumbnail, by the way. Just trying to get the little thing in there, little. Okay. You get respect for that. You get respect points. Whoever did that earned themselves some respect points. That, by the way, is how you know this was a first look. And I have not seen this yet. Oh, dear. I think potentially this next one's Slaithwaite. I'm not entirely sure, though. Easy way to find out. Marsden, of course. Might be. And that's Metro. Again, that is the West Yorkshire PTE logo. So, yeah. And I mean, railcard.co.uk. That's a thing of at least the mid to late noughties. Northern Railway.co.uk. There you go. So it is like, and I think these are modern. So this is definitely a modern image route where they've gone, well, we can't get the light. I'm going to hedge my bets. Someone somewhere has been working on a 185. And there's a 185 nearly finished. And to go with it, they've built a route. Now, it would not be a massive stretch to presume that this was all designed to be a modern image Transpennine Express route. And it's not been approved. Like, last minute, the permission's been yanked. Probably with all the issues First Group's going under at the moment. And Dovetail have gone, well, we've got a finished route, we've got a finished train. We can't do anything with the train, but we can use the route. And this is what's come of it. That's what this feels like. This doesn't feel like a 100% pre-planned as a 90s route project, because it's not. You look at the route, there's features that date it at mid to late noughties. So like maybe around 2010, later is when I would date this route. Probably not 100% current era, like I say, that's very difficult. But yeah, like even stuff like the PIS blinds, Manchester Station, I'm not sure when that was refurbished, but that'll probably be, you know what, I'm googling it, Tramlink. Was it called Tramlink? No, it's not called Tramlink. Tramlink is London. Manchester. It is Manchester Tramlink. I was right. Oh, Metrolink. Sorry, just checking my notes there. 1992 it started. And when did it go to Victoria? Okay, so the platform's always been there, but when was it actually done? Wow, we are running at speed now. Yeah, I've not got the enough in the tank to go through to Leeds, but I'll definitely take us to Huddersfield tonight. Like I say, you'll see this route in full from the cab van 802 on a transparent express run. Well, ooh, do I do it on a 185? That's the question. I know that's supposed to be a lookout, but he's... Oh, God. Okay, I like the idea there. But the execution, the lookout would hear you sound his horn and turn. So if you just have him facing you like he's heard your train coming, that's, you know... We're near the end of... We're near Huddersfield now, so... Like I say, overall my thoughts on the route, go get it if you can. If you know, this is one of those... The quality in it there is, you know, it's not perfect, but, I mean, I'm not seeing gaping holes in the world like I have in some dovetail routes. As, you know, it's okay. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, it's not something where I'm going to sit here and just, you know, praise the route quality endlessly. But at the same time, it's far from poor. If, you know, you're looking for a decentish route that you know, I'll definitely get my sort of 5-6 hours of running on this, and that's all I want, you know. If that's the sort of thing you're looking for, I think you've come to the right place. If it's not the sort of thing you're looking for, fair enough. I've just got taken a penalty break, but let's just check this. Yes, there's an AD signal. That's, again, that's a late 2010s, in my opinion. So the next to point out about my studio is I'm in total darkness at the moment, which is why I couldn't find the cube key in time. I'm a failure. It's right next to the WASDA. I should have been able to find it. I'm a bad gamer. I'm sorry. Good news is when you get below 10, the brakes, about 5, sorry, the brakes start releasing. Or do they not? Yeah, they do, see? So I didn't fully stop there. Anyway, folks, yeah, like I say, so I'm probably gonna have to develop some patent, like the out of 10, you know, for this 10 out of 10, for this 2 out of 10. My total Emily score 25 out of 1,000. Yeah, that's a really bad score. But like I say, overall, it's got the good thing about this route as well is the gameplay possibilities. So included with it, you got the 142, the 158, and the 47, effectively as main driven locos. That gives you high-speed passenger, well, regional express, stopping passenger, freight, heavy freight, mail. It gives a lot of gameplay possibility, and I'm glad Dovetail added that. Why am I going 40 when I should be doing 60? I'm being a dingaloid. 35 warning. I'll brake. Oof, a lot closer than this, put it that way. I'll probably go to 60 and then brake. Although we are running down a hill, so I'll let off the power. I think exiting this tunnel will be a good braking point. you think there's a pacer nearby? I do. I can hear the fucker through a brick wall. Sorry. No, sorry, you're right. It's 40 feet of dirt. 40 feet of dirt. I mean, I'm not saying you can't hear trains in a tunnel nearby, but not that bloody well. And next, well, we're arriving at Huddersfield now, which is sort of the highest principal station on the route. You can see we're obviously starting to drop down already, so, you know, the one where we sort of where I laughed at the guys on the swings, that is sort of the highest, point of today. And we'll just step to it into the end. And then below 5 I've got below 5 I've got step 1 like that. Gives a nice controlled stand. There you go. So guys, welcome to Huddersfield. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to see more from me on a semi-regular basis. And we shall see you in the next video. Until next time guys, bye for now.